Uh, Welcome to this part of organic chemistry lectures, and today we are going to start electrophilic aromatic substitution of benzene. It will be in multiple parts, and today is part 1. I am Dr. Urmila Joshi. If you like my lectures, please like and subscribe so that you get notification of uploading of the next lecture. So, now let us go to the next lecture, next slide. Let us have a recap of what we studied in benzene and aromaticity. Okay. We said alkenes undergo addition reactions. Look at this, ethylene reacts with bromine to give 1,2-dibromoethane. Okay. Now what is happening over here? This is an addition reaction in which the starting material is unsaturated and the product is saturated. So the saturation status of the product changes in addition reaction. Look at the benzene reaction. First is cyclohexene. Now it undergoes addition reaction to give dibromocyclohexene as the product, 1,2-dibromocyclohexene. This is an addition reaction. If benzene were to undergo addition reaction, what would happen? 1,2-dibromo product would be formed, but it would lose its aromaticity. Is everybody getting this? Because now it is no longer aromatic in nature. Two saturated sp3 hybrid carbons adjacent to each other. Okay. Whereas if benzene undergoes a substitution reaction with bromine, what happens is bromobenzene is formed, aromaticity is retained. Now, aromaticity is associated with stability, and no compound likes to lose its stability very easily. And therefore, benzene does not undergo addition reactions. It undergoes substitution reactions. Okay. This is what was discussed. The resultant product of addition reaction is non-aromatic. The product of substitution reaction is aromatic. And so benzene undergoes substitution. There are two types of substitution reactions. One is an electrophilic substitution reaction where benzene reacts with an electrophile. Electrophile is an electron-loving or electron-deficient species. On the other hand, nucleophile is nucleus-loving or electron-rich species. We are going to cover electrophilic aromatic substitution of benzene. So benzene reacts with an electrophile or an electron deficient species to give the product. Look at these reactions. All these reactions are electrophilic aromatic substitution of benzene. Benzene can react either with chlorine or bromine. Okay, benzene can react with nitric acid, sulfur trioxide, methyl chloride, acetyl chloride in presence of some substances like FeCl3, sulfuric acid, aluminium trichloride, and give the substitution product. Okay, each reaction we are going to study separately. Now look at this. These are the reactants chlorine, HNO3, which react with benzene. Okay, and these reactants generate electrophile. The reactants are not charged species. They generate a electron deficient species, which is higher in energy. And so they require some catalyst to do that. Okay, all these compounds which are listed on the arrow, ferric trichloride, sulfuric acid, aluminium trichloride are called as catalysts which help in generating the electrophile. The catalyst is a Lewis acid. You have heard about Lewis acid in 11th, 12th as well as first year. In short, Lewis acid is an electron deficient species and it attracts electrons. It is an electron deficient species and it attracts electrons. Examples of Lewis acid, very famous example everybody has studied is boron trifluoride. There is AlCl3, there is FeCl3, and there are so many others like this. So all these are Lewis acids. Look at them carefully. The atom to which all the halides are attached do not have their octet complete. There are always 6 electrons in the outermost orbit. And because there are 6 electrons, this is an electron-loving species which can easily attract a pair of electrons. Now, let us see how an electrophile is generated. Let us take first example of chlorine. Same will be with bromine. Now, when chlorine comes in contact with FeCl3, FeCl3 is electron-loving. It can attract electron pair. Now, each atom of chlorine has 3 pairs of electrons in the outermost orbit, as you all know from your school chemistry. So, this electron pair is attracted by FeCl3. Now, when this is attracted, the bond breaks and the bonding electron pair is retained by chlorine. So as a result, what happens? The first chlorine becomes an electron deficient species. Okay. And the second chlorine gets attached to FeCl3 and this gets a negative charge, right? Because one more pair of electron has been added. Same is the case, say with isopropyl chloride. This is isopropyl chloride. When isopropyl chloride is treated with AlCl3, what happens is chlorine pair of electron is attracted towards AlCl3. As a result, this is easy to break as compared to this bond because it is already polar in nature. So this bond breaks. As a result, what is formed is isopropyl carbocation. Now, a carbocation is an electrophile, right? So, isopropyl carbocation is formed and AlCl4 minus. For each of this reaction that we are going to study, I will give in the next lecture how each electrophile is generated. Today, we are going to see a common mechanism. Okay, so let us try to understand a mechanism which is common for electrophilic aromatic substitution. I have written the structure of benzene and there is an electrophile, electron deficient species. Benzene has a cloud of electrons. So, this cloud of electrons attacks the electrophile. What happens as a result? Now, when you are writing the mechanism, just ensure that wherever there is no change, you write that first. Okay. Now, there is H and the electrophile gets attached over here by breaking of this double bond. And this gets a positive charge, right? Because the shared pair of electron is taken up by electrophile. Now you will say, this is also a high energy intermediate. Why it should be formed? Just have a look at it. This can exist in various resonating structures. Just see how this is a sign of that the structures that I will be writing are resonating structures, okay? Now, let us see how to write the resonating structures. Okay, the part of the molecule that is not changed, you write first. Okay, this and this double bond is not changed. Now, there is a positive charge and this positive charge can shift its place by the double bond shifting over here, right? So now the positive charge comes over here. This double bond then can subsequently shift over here and the positive charge can come over here. The H and the E are not changed. This double bond is not changed and the new double bond comes over here. As a result, we write this structure as positive charge being spread all over the ring. Okay? And this structure is called as rhenium ion. Okay? Although it is stable, it is not aromatic, but there is a possibility that this rhenium ion can regain aromaticity. Now let us see how. This was the initial structure of rhenium ion, right? There was a positive charge over here. This pair of electrons will shift here and it will regain its aromaticity. Has it regained its aromaticity now? Yes. What happens to that H plus? This H plus, there is AlCl4 minus or FeCl4 minus anything in the reaction. So now what happens is, this attacks the H, this bond breaks, and what you get is HCl and regeneration of AlCl3, and that is why you call it as a catalyst. Is the mechanism clear to everybody? Okay. If the mechanism is clear, in the next lecture, we will see how we will see